Hello Pisces, welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm really excited to be here with you today. We are going to dive into a you and them. We're going to look at your energy and the person on your mind's energy. This does not have to be a romantic partner. It can be a coworker, a friend, a parent, a family member, whomever is on your mind, just to get greater insight into what is going on. This side will be the masculine side. This side will be the feminine side. But that does not mean that this has to be a male and this has to be a female, okay? Just use your intuition as to whom is who and where you fit into the reading. I just read it this way for the sake of the reading and the general nature of it. All right, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. And if you're a returning viewer who is a subscriber, who leaves multiple comments, who likes, shares, and participates in the channel, welcome back. I just want you to keep in mind that these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest and put yourself in the reading where you feel you belong. All right, here we go for Pisces, please, Spirit. The energy of the masculine, please, for Pisces. Ooh, the energy for the masculine. Okay. Pisces, a lot of action happened in the deck while I was shuffling, but nothing came out. But this one obviously wants us to look at it. Okay, watch and wait. So I feel like there is someone who's trying to kind of give it some time and see what happens here. Or there's someone who you may be watching and waiting, like you may be sort of anticipating, is this person going to show up or are they not going to show up? What's going on? So either way, this is an important energy though. I can really feel it. All right, for the masculine, please, Spirit, what energy helps us to understand the masculine? There will be an extended to this reading for my members where I will go through each individual sign and how they're relating to Pisces at this time. If you're interested in that, there is a link in the description box. You do, I think, have to copy and paste it though to make it work. Okay, wow, Pisces, this is really incredible energy. The masculine, guys, you each have your own bone. There's no need to fight. The masculine energy, this porcupine spirit, is saying time for a beginner mind. And this almost has a sense of motion blur to me, this porcupine. And so I feel like this could be someone here who has been watching and waiting, or has been sort of like waiting for something to come around or some kind of sign, or to feel ready, or, you know, I can't say for sure. We'll dive deeper as we move through the reading, but there's something here that this masculine energy has been waiting for, and they're finding it and they're acting on it. That's how I feel. Especially if this is someone who was really stunted or did not act because of some kind of wounding. With this beginner's mind, it's kind of like wiping the slate clean. And they may have also been someone who was really up in their head and who was like always creating reasons why things couldn't work. This feels like someone it's just like I get wiping the slate clean. It's like they've released themselves from that kind of energy. And Pisces, the feminine energy is showing up it's kind of like giving me the 9 of Pentacles. This is someone who knows who they are. They're willing they're letting themselves shine. They're being their true authentic self with this heart chakra being exposed here. It doesn't mean that they're, out there wearing their heart on their sleeve and just being emotional and sensitive and all those things. For me, it really means that this person is really in alignment with their heart chakra and what they're truly desiring, and they're really listening to that. And when we listen to that, the places and the spaces that it takes us are so authentic unto us. Bhakti, Bubby, Box, please don't bark. Bhakti, that, oh my gosh, you guys, I gotta get them out of here. Come on, Bhakti, come on, go. Good job. Sorry guys, I'm sure that was really loud if you had headphones in. But when we are in alignment with our heart, there is that natural, you know, how people say it's beauty from the inside out. Well, it's that kind of energy. It's like you're radiating from this space of truth and authenticity. So it's not that we have to be perfect. It's not that we have to be one thing or another. It's that when we are living in alignment and we are our authentic selves, we are our most beautiful self, you know? People are able to really see who we are, not all the things that we're doing to cover up who we are. Underneath the deck, or on the bottom of the deck, you have the flamingo spirit, which says embrace the in-between. So it feels like this is a moment of transition. It feels like there's this energy of, okay, it's happening. It may not have happened yet. If you're a masculine Pisces, you may be meeting someone who kind of makes it impossible for you not to go for them. Or you may be coming into a place where you realize that the person that you've been in love with for a long time has healed and is ready. It's like you've been waiting for them to kind of show up or to show you something different or to like get in this aligned energy, and now they're showing up that way. Or this is someone new. I get for a lot of you, it's someone new. If you are the feminine Pisces, this can be where you are just super in alignment and now you're calling things towards you. There may be someone who has been watching and waiting, kind of like secret admirer energy, that Page of Cups energy. Who's been, you know, trying to figure out, are they single? Would they be interested? Or they weren't ready, you know, they were still closing out some old cycle, or they were wounded or whatever. But with this beginner's mind, this is someone who has freed themselves of whatever was kind of keeping them stuck in the past. So let's dive deeper here, Pisces. Okay, so, okay. You know what I'm getting? I am getting a masculine energy who, it feels like either they were in a really, they're coming from an unstable situation, okay? Whether this is the home that they grew up in and they're still figuring it out or working through that, or whether this is a past relationship, with this explosive energy, and especially with this purple cloud coming across his eyes, and there's fire here and there's sunglasses here, it's kind of like, it's something that was toxic. And you know, when we stay in toxic spaces for too long, thinking that we have an opportunity to make them better, they usually actually just, the ending amplifies, the ending gets more and more explosive. And with that purple smoke, it's just telling me that there was a lot of confusion. This person, they may have felt manipulated, or they just weren't able to ever see things clearly. And with it being purple, that is in relation to our crown chakra, which means this could be someone who ignored their intuition in order to stay in a situation that did not work for them for a long time. And that creates a really big disconnect. And we see that here with the shame, the numb, and the ego, okay? And this is what I feel. There's just this energy of having to work through some things. Our first sort of line of defense as human beings is our ego. You know, we're gonna kind of move toward an area of ignorance, of like, I don't need anybody's help. You know, I'm fine. In fact, I'm better than fine. You know, like anything, you know, I just don't even know how to put it into words, but we're gonna try to cover the pain first. And we're probably simultaneously gonna try to numb it. You know, we're going to try to cut ourselves off, distance ourselves from anything that hurts, from anything that feels like suffering. We're not going to look at it. We're not going to deal with it. This could be someone who may have even like been in a marriage with someone who was super toxic and manipulative, and they you know, their pride wouldn't let them admit that it was a bad choice or that it wasn't the right fit for them. And so they may have put themselves through a lot of unnecessary pain or suffering. And through this, they may have really needed to numb themselves, because, you know, it's like, I don't know, walking on hot coals. It's okay if you are exiting immediately. You know, if you're just like walking across the hot coals as fast as possible, I think you can do that without getting burned, but don't try it. I have never, so I can't tell you from a space of experience. But, you know, if you are like standing there, you know, you're obviously going to get burned. And so, you know, you try to just not think about the way that it's burning you. You know, I just like, this is, it's a really strong feeling here. So, definitely it's a message for someone. But then at the end of that, when you've stood there so long and you've been injured, and maybe you're even battle wounded or scarred, or you've lost parts of yourself, there's this part of you that comes in called shame, where it's like, why did I endure that? Why did I stay there and stand there and tolerate what I tolerated? And a lot of times being in a situation like this causes you to treat people in an uncharacteristic fashion, or in a fashion that you're not really proud of. You know, like leading someone on, or not being totally honest with them, or, you know, whatever, and not being able to really reciprocate. And you know, I feel like this person, you can see them literally head against the wall here. And this is like numbing. And wow, on the bottom, underneath that, it says reconsidering. This person, I feel like they are really like beating themselves up. They're really like, why did I do that? Like, I, first of all, was wasting my time, wasting my energy, living in misery when I didn't need to. And, you know, and this can be the same even if they're growing up. You know, they may have allowed their childhood or their upbringing to, you know, limit them as an adult, limit their present and limit their future. Because they felt so much shame and they didn't want to like open up. They didn't want to be like, well, here's my truth, you know. But I feel like this person feels as though it's possible you have offered them actual friendship, or that they actually feel this sense of warmth and truth and authenticity with you. There is this like glowing energy. You can see how cold all of these energies are. And then there's this friendship card, which is very warm and very cozy. And it's like, you know, if I were living in an existence like this, I would definitely be trying to move toward this, wouldn't you? You know, so it's kind of this energy, but it's also, you know, when our ego gets involved and our pride gets involved, and we're standing there telling ourselves, well, you know, you took a vow, or, you know, this is just your lot in life, or there's nothing you can do to change it or fix it, you know, whatever. Our ego tells us all kinds of lies all the time. You know, it can be really hard to just admit the truth, take accountability, and make a difference, and say, no more. I'm not spending one more minute of my life in agony that I don't have to, you know? So I feel like this person is really like, especially with the porcupine spirit and these cards that have come out, it's like this person is saying, no more is my past going to dictate my present and my future. Absolutely not. It's already cost me too much. And now I have this golden opportunity. Why am I going to spend it like this, you know, so that I walk away feeling like this, you know? These are heavy, dense energies that nobody really wants to spend a lot of time in. All right, so let's look at the feminine energy. Peacock spirit for Pisces, please. Peacock spirit for Pisces. All right. So the feminine is really looking for a new chapter. You know, I feel like she doesn't really care where it comes from or what exactly it looks like. I just get that point. It's like whatever comes over the horizon is fine. She's just ready to start a new chapter. She is also tired of, you know, being somewhat, it feels like limited by her own past, or by, how do I want to say it? Like the limitations of the people that she meets. You know what I mean? I don't really know how to say that, but you know, you're only as strong as your weakest link kind of energy. And it's kind of like, you know, I feel with this energy here, it's not that the feminine has never been hurt before. She's been hurt, but she loves herself too much to allow herself to become stuck in the hurt and the pain. And it's like she has figured out her ability to heal, or, you know, she has figured out how to really love herself and to always take herself in a better direction. I think the feminine really wants a family, and that doesn't necessarily mean I want to get married and have kids. I think what I feel is that it's like I want to have a place to belong. I want to be part of a unit. I want to know that, like, if I get sick, I don't have to figure out how to go to the store to pick up my prescription. You know, it's like that kind of energy. It's like, you know, that I'm supported and I'm totally happy and willing to support someone else, you know. It feels really simple. It feels like I'm just looking for someone who can reciprocate in a positive way. Someone who has something to offer me. Someone who, when I am weak and when I am vulnerable, can be strong. And with this ring, someone who can be committed. And it doesn't necessarily have to be married, but just someone who I know is always going to be there, who's actually going to show up. It feels like not too much to ask, you know? I feel like the feminine with this peacock energy and this self-love energy and this searching for a new chapter energy has really got herself into a position where, you know, she's vibing high. And like, if you don't feel this way, if you're a feminine Pisces and you don't feel this way yet, know that this is within your reach. Know that this energy is out there cycling around you and that it's possible for you to reach out and grab it. This Nine of Pentacles energy, this I'm single, but I'm okay. I'm strong. I've built something for myself that is solid and stable. I know who I am and I'm living in my truth. Energy, it's out there for you if you don't feel like you're there yet. Sometimes, you know, I feel like when we listen to tarot card readings, we're all on different timelines, and energy is something that is like all around us. And what energy we embody, what energy we pull in and we attach to and we live and we match with and we harmonize with is up to us. And, you know, sometimes it's a path of hearing that over and over and over again before we get it, before we go, okay, you know what? From this moment forward, this is me and this is who I am and this is my energy and this is, I'm only choosing things that are in alignment with this. And it's hard. It's hard to break a pattern. It's hard to, you know, I was like pretty overweight as a teenager. And when I decided like, oh, wow, I do not want to be overweight. Making choices of self-love, which is, you know, choosing something healthy to eat versus the like highly processed foods that I was choosing, was hard. You know, it didn't taste as good. It didn't feel as good to eat it. I wasn't like excited about buying it. I wasn't excited about spending the money on it. I was like, I'd kind of rather starve to death than eat a carrot right now. But like, you know, it's a hard thing to like shift gears. And we have to give ourselves a lot of grace and we have to stick with ourselves. And we also have to know and tell ourselves constantly, you can do it. You are doing it, you know? And we have to pat ourselves on the back a lot and be like, wow, this whole week you made some pretty solid choices. And when you didn't, you had a really good reason for it, you know? So yeah, I feel that sense of like, some of you are really working toward this positioning, but I think you're getting closer. And for some reason I'm hearing like foothold. You just have to get a good foothold. So take it as it resonates, guys. All right, I'm actually at this juncture going to take a look at the actual connection here with a couple of cards. So I think for some of you, this is a past person who has really changed and transformed or has stepped into their true divinity. And for others of you, I do feel like this is a brand new person, or this is definitely someone catching your eye, or someone that you feel may be the whole package coming in. So all of these, you know, may not apply to everyone. Okay. So just take what resonates. They're not being honest with you. Use your intuition to guide you. This is someone who has a crush on someone who's telling them that they just want to be friends, or that they're only capable of friendship. I feel that very strongly. This is a soulmate, but also a lesson. Somebody is watching you from a distance. Guys, you have a secret admirer. Vibes don't lie. Make time for yourself. Spoil yourself. Guys, you have an intuitive feeling. If you have met this person, you have an intuitive feeling. And you may be still wondering, like, this may not be something that's set in stone, or it may be that you really think someone has changed, or maybe you've started talking to them again, or maybe you can just feel them really thinking about you and getting close to reaching out to you. But this vibes don't lie. Vibes are energy. And so this is something that you're feeling, or something that, you know, your intuition is really telling you. I feel like listen to that. Trust that energy. Whenever I see make time for yourself, spoil yourself kind of energy, I always think, you know, when you're single and you're getting ready to be in a relationship, it's more important than ever to appreciate the joy of being single, of not having to worry about anyone else but yourself, because you know that time is coming. So this card almost feels like a harbinger, or like a sign that, like, oh yeah, you're not going to be in this energy for long, Pisces. Okay, so hold on a second. All right, I'm so strongly picking up on an energy where there is an undeniable attraction here. If this is a past person, it's like we keep getting pulled back together again. I just can't seem to let this go. It's like the pull is too strong. I keep coming back. If this is a new person, it's like, you know, they think you're hot, and you know you think they're hot. You know what I'm saying? This is a very, I'm getting like primal level. I'm just drawn to you. I know I'm drawn to you. I can't even deny the fact that I'm drawn to you. Someone in this equation has a history of being a chaser, and and then feeling really unappreciated, it's like oh my God, what can I use as an example here? Everything that's coming to my mind, it just feels a little off. You know, if you're dealing with someone who's healthy and you spoil the living shit out of them, they never stop being grateful, and they never stop being appreciative, and they never stop saying thank you, and you know they mean it, and they never stop being grateful. And when they can and where they can, they reciprocate. Even if there's a lopsided energy of money or opportunity or something like that, it's like the little things that matter from them. It's like the fact that they attempted, or that they tried. Maybe it wasn't as grandiose, but they gave it their best shot, kind of a thing. That's what a healthy person will do to show you that they understand and that they're reciprocating, right? When you're dealing with a toxic person, the more you give to them, the more they take. And it's a never-ending cycle. And if you're someone who likes to give, you know, you can end up feeling really unappreciated and really like taken advantage of. And so there's someone here, I feel like, that is innately a giver. I'm even getting like their love language has something really strongly to do with this. Like they're a giver rather than a receiver. And there's someone who typically finds through that experience that they get taken advantage of, or that relationships create an imbalance for them. And they have always had this sense of regret. So if this is something new, for example, this person may not be very reassuring. They may not be like, oh yeah, I really like you too, or yeah, I really feel. They may be more standoffish because they're trying to change something about themselves. And I think that this is their first real, like, no matter what, I am not overgiving. No matter what, I am not showing this side of myself until I know that the person I'm dealing with is not the type of person that's going to take advantage of it. And so there's some kind of energy here where it's like someone is trying very hard to hold a boundary, and it may not be a boundary that has anything to do with this relationship. It may be if this is a past person coming back, but it may also just be someone who feels they've been taken advantage of many times in life. And this may be something where they're very slow to sort of reach out, or very slow to reveal what they're thinking or how they're feeling, or the fact that they are as drawn to this connection as they are. It's a fear of being taken advantage of or unappreciated. With the inseparable card, I feel like this is one of those things where it's like, once this thing comes together, it's like, I don't want to be anywhere else than with you. The card says our love is always there despite the distance. So if this is a past person, it's like they have never stopped caring, even if they haven't shown up for a while. All right, we're going to dive deeper into the masculine. We're going to look at what his thoughts are. Spirit, what are the thoughts for the masculine here? Okay. Well, you're definitely on the masculine's mind if you're a female Pisces. If you know, because the High Priestess is on the bottom of the deck. If you're a masculine Pisces, this just simply means that you're really connected to your intuition, and you are having like some aha moment about like what needs to be done to have success in this situation, or what needs to be done in order to get the attention or win the admiration of this peacock spirit over here. If you are a feminine Pisces, your person is wanting you to look at them as though they are successful, as though they have overcome something. It's like they may think in their mind that they have overcome something, but until it's sort of recognized by you, it's like it's something that isn't really real to them. For some of you, they may also be thinking about how you have not spoken to them, and it may be on their mind to reach out and speak to you. They may be spying on you. And, you know, sometimes with some people, this can be a comparison thing where they've been watching you, and in comparison to you, they're not feeling so successful, or they're not feeling so good about themselves. They may feel like they're getting less attention than you're getting, or, you know, something like that. The heart space for the masculine. Wow. Holy moly. You have the Three of Wands coming out sideways with the Two of Cups. In this person's heart space, you know, they see you in their future. They're trying to put together some kind of plan or strategy of how to make this work. With the Page of Pentacles in the heart space, this can be a really sincere offer of the heart. you know, where it's like maybe they have offered you something in the past, if this is a past person, but it may not have been super attached to their heart space. Here, with the Three of Wands sideways and the Page of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck with the Two of Cups, it's like, it's almost an admission of, you are my soulmate. You are the one that I have been looking for. See the telescope in his hand, or whatever kind of scope that is. It's like, now that I have found you, I have found what I was really truly looking for. And with this lion in the background, it's kind of like, and I have the confidence and the strength and the courage to come forward and really give you something that matters to me, that means something major to me, that comes from a different space. This can also signify that I don't have a lot, but you can have my whole heart. Like I trust, like I may not have a lot of worldly possessions, but I can offer you my heart, my true heart. What is this person's intentions with Pisces? Wow. So Pisces, this person, like I said, they do see you as the Nine of Pentacles, you know, that we have right here. But I think they also want to, with the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, and especially if this is a past person coming back around, you know, we always say when you're in the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, that's when you're ready to move on to the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, which is that sort of ideal fairy tale kind of relationship. And so I feel like this person wants, their intention is to show up in an energy that is what they feel you deserve. In other words, the matching energy to you for this reconciliation. For some of you, there could have been a third party. Let me just take one on this Three of Cups. But I feel like what their intention is to actually show up in a way where they can have a true reconciliation with you and make you happy. One that can be celebrated. Truly celebrated with like a feeling of relief. Or like, this is different than it has been before. Yeah. Yeah. If there was a third party situation, especially if this person kind of ran back and forth in a third party situation, or like it was always hanging over your relationship that they could return to an ex or some other situation here. Or, I mean, in a third party situation does not have to be another person. It can be literally a situation like a job or a family situation or whatever. If they were waffling and going back and forth and choosing you sometimes and then choosing this. With the Eight of Cups and the Queen of Cups, they have completely walked away to make this choice for you. To choose you, the Queen of Cups. Or even to choose love itself. What actions is this person going to take? Like I said, we're going to be looking deeper into what actions for all 12 individual zodiac signs on my membership channel. If you're interested in joining that, we're going to go sign by sign, but this is just for the general reading. What's coming out is the Fool card, the Hangman, and the World card as far as actions go. So yeah, this is definitely the closure of a cycle. This person with the Hangman still present in the energy, they may not be, for some of you, they may not be fully moving on this yet, but this is saying trust and believe that when they do move on this, it is because they are ready. It is because they have looked back at the past. They have come to a place of peace and acceptance with it. Whatever it was, if it was a bad marriage, a bad relationship, a bad upbringing, whatever it is that took them to a place where they couldn't really access their heart, or they couldn't show up in a way that was needed in the past, they have come to a place of peace with it, with a Hangman. They have found the gift in it. And once you find the gift in it, that is such an indicating factor that you've healed that wounding. That wounding is not going to dictate your present and your future anymore. It's like, I've looked back on it. I've taken all the time that I needed to get square with it. I'm square with it. I'm seeing it exactly how it is, and I'm seeing the gift in it, and I'm just seeing it completely authentically. and I've gotten all the enlightenment from it that is available. And with the World card, I'm closing that chapter out. And with the Fool card, this is the last card of the Major Arcana, and this is the first card of the Major Arcana. So I am definitely closing out whatever past cycle this was, and I am ready to step. The Fool card is that choice where we take that leap of faith and we choose to trust and believe and be hopeful and optimistic that where we feel intrinsically led is where we are supposed to go, and we go there with reckless abandon. We do not carry our past burdens into that space. We just take the leap of faith. So now let's go ahead and look at the feminine energy in the same way. For Pisces, the feminine energy. Okay, like seriously, in the headspace, the feminine feels betrayed by love, or betrayed by a certain soulmate, or betrayed by soulmates in general, like betrayed by would-be companions. Like she feels let down. She feels like whoever she finds is kind of misaligned with her, is not on her level. And so she has chosen to focus on herself. With these two pages here, I actually feel like the feminine is aware that there may be a few people who are interested in her. That's for some people. For others of you, and maybe for all of you, you know, it can be either or both. With the Page of Coins, there was a spiritual lesson learned through this experience of, you know, trying hard to be in a partnership and just being really let down, deceived, betrayed, backstabbed, ghosted. And when trying to give your heart out with the Page of Cups, when being your authentic self and trying to show up and trying to give. And the Page of Coins can be that lesson of boundaries, or of only believing what you see in reality, only trusting what someone does, not what they say. You know, and with the Page of Cups, it's about, okay, you know, I've tried giving to other people. I've tried showing up for other people. I've tried this, I've tried that, in the interest of, you know, loving myself first. You know, we saw that self-love card here. I'm going to give it to myself. I'm going to worry about my own authenticity, my own truth. And in this process of learning these lessons and sticking to prioritizing myself over anything else, I've gotten myself to this energy of the Nine of Coins, which is a repeating energy that we see throughout this reading. And even it's in the awareness of this masculine that they have to get themselves there in order to show up for this feminine. So this is a very clear energy showing up in your reading, Pisces. Like I said, if you're not there yet, just keep giving yourself grace and keep trying to make the choices that are in alignment with that energy, if that's what you desire. Heart space for Pisces. Yeah, I keep seeing this too. You know, this is searching for the new chapter, right? You know, we have the Knight of Swords, the Moon in reverse, and the Magician on the bottom of the deck. This is someone who is really ready to take action. Like when they see the person who can show up on an equal footing with them, they're going to make the move. Like they're going to be ready to respond, you know? They may even go in a little bit recklessly, because it almost feels as though they've been waiting for so long for this to be revealed with the Moon in reverse. It's kind of like I've been by myself longer than I really want to be. I've been waiting for, it's almost like Do you see in this particular moon card how it almost looks like it's frozen tundra, and there's this lobster here, and it's like I've been waiting for this guy to work his magic and to bring my person into my life to reveal, you know, this thing. And the moon card is illusions and fears. It even says it on the card. And when it's in reverse, it's kind of like, you know, there is sometimes that fear of you're not going to meet someone, or your person isn't out there, or, you know, you're waiting for a day that will never come, or whatever. And with that being in reverse, it's like, you know, I'm waiting for that to be revealed, that person to come in. I'm trusting that they're there, and I'm ready. I have all of my tools lined up. I have worked on myself as a human being. I have everything at my disposal. I have empowered my heart and healed my heart to the best degree that I possibly can, so that if my person comes, when and if this is revealed to me, and I feel more like when than if, you know, I can just take action on it because I'm ready. I'm prepared. I'm empowered. I've done the work. I've spent this time by myself waiting for this to be revealed, getting myself into the most ultimate energy to be ready for it. The feminine's intentions. Wow. The feminine's intentions are to trust fate and to go with the flow. You know, the feminine is focused on removing blockages with the 5 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. And, you know, for some feminines, this may be an energy where your person, there was competition. Like I said, there, for some of you, there was a third party situation, whether that was another person, a job, a unhealed wound, whatever it was. There was some kind of blockage in the way. And so with these two cards coming out sideways, it's like saying, I've just been waiting for fate to take its course. I've been waiting for, I knew there was nothing I could do. Joining in that was only going to make it worse. So I've just let nature take its course. That's the feminine's intentions, is to kind of let these barriers or blockages or obstacles work themselves out. This is a highly evolved feminine energy. I saw this 9 of Swords when I first started shuffling. Sorry about that. The feminine, when it comes to actions, the feminine is just trying to keep her, I don't know, I like head clear. You know, she's just trying to stay in a place of peace here mentally. You know, she's trying to trust that nature's going to take its course, and that if she's in the flow, and if she's really worked on herself, and if she's really showing up in her best energy, and she's prepared to take action if the opportunity arrives, then there's not a whole lot more she can do. And with this 9 of Swords energy, it's kind of like this moon in reverse energy, where it's kind of like, I may fear from time to time that this person, if it's a past person, that they're not going to show up, that they're not going to find it within themselves to be the champion or to be the hero in their own story. And there is this fear that I will not know peace and I will not know happiness if this can't come about. And so it's kind of like to avoid giving into those kind of thoughts, or to avoid kind of going there or getting kind of fatalistic or pessimistic, because that doesn't go along with the energy flow of the rest of this. It's kind of like with the 6 of Swords. I'm just trying to stay in alignment. I'm just trying to keep myself in alignment. I'm trying to keep myself positive, and I'm just trying to stay aligned with the energy that it is all working out and it is all happening for me. Wow. Okay. So let me get you some cards. And like I said, I will be taking this over to my membership channel and going sign by sign. If you're interested in that, there is a link in the description box. You probably do have to cut and paste it from the link to get to it. There may be another way to reach it, but I'm unaware of it. If you are dealing with a water sign, Pisces, I trusted you. I know you don't feel the same. I won't let you down, and I can't be with you. This is someone who's clearly still working through their own issues. All right, if you're dealing with a fire sign, I still feel the pain. I don't want to let you go. I want you so badly. An addiction is affecting this relationship. This can also be like codependency or a toxic relationship pattern. I want to make amends. If you're dealing with an earth sign, you are getting, I am becoming a better person. This connection is passionate but not enduring. Everything happens for a reason. I can't do this. The attraction you feel is mutual. It's someone that isn't getting brave or hasn't gotten brave yet, but they do feel the feelings. If you're dealing with an air sign, I find you so attractive. I don't want to know. I will wait for a sign from you. It's time to decide about this relationship. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. And you broke my heart. Pisces, I'm sorry for all the disruption of my dogs. They're my babes. Well, my babes is my babe and the other one's my grand dog. But I love them to pieces and they live here. And so there's not a lot I can do. And they're both very, protective dogs. I have French doors to my office, which is why it doesn't really help when I close the doors. But my dog is just standing there looking at me pathetically like, why did you close me out? Anyway, guys, I really hope this reading helped. I am going to jump over and record that the all 12 signs here, and I'll be posting that later on today. All right, guys, I hope this helps. Until next time, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.